Hello and welcome to Lightworks. In this video we can have a look at organising all your media assets using the Lightworks Content Manager. To launch the Content Manager, press the bin icon in the toolbar. The Content Manager launches. On the left hand side we have a list of dynamic media filters, which we'll discuss further in another video, and also below that the bins and groups list. A group is a folder that contains bins. You can show and hide this panel using the button on the top left of the Content Manager. Let's import some media. Back to the toolbar, press Import. Browse to the import location and choose some shots. Holding down the Shift key, you can click the first shot and the last shot to select a range. Holding down the Control key, you can add or remove additional shots. I'm going to import these. The shots are revealed in the Recent section of the Filters list under the Today tab. If you wish to change the way the shots are revealed in the Content Manager, you can do that from the Import panel. Let's do one more import. From the Import panel, Settings menu, Reveal Imports in Recent or a search filter. Let's see what happens revealing in a search filter. The Filter Searches section is opened and the time and date of this particular import is logged on a tab. Let's make some new bins. To make a new bin, click the plus sign beside the bins entry. To rename a bin, either click at the top of the Content Manager or double-click the entry in the list. Let's move some shots into the first bin. Using the Shift key, I'm going to highlight these shots here. Click and drag and drop directly to the target bin. Repeating the process. I'm not going to need bin 4, so I'm just going to delete that. If you want to delete a bin, right click, choose Delete Selected Bins. It's possible to populate a bin simply by selecting the shots you require. In this case, I want everything. I'm going to right click, choose Bin Command, Selection, Select All. Now, when I click the plus sign, the bin is populated with its original name, which is taken from Recent Today tab as a copy. I'm going to call this Master. What I'd like to do is contain all of these bins in one folder. If you want to make a new folder called a group, right click, choose Make Empty Group. I'll call this Group 1. To place the bins inside the group, click on them and drag and drop. I can populate my group with all the bins. If you wish to remove a bin from a group, click and drag so you see the blue rectangle containing the whole of the bin panel, and release. The master bin now resides outside Group 1. Let's place it back in there. To destroy a group, right click, choose Ungroup. Another way to achieve grouping is to use the Shift key. Click on the first bin, hold down the Shift key, click on the last bin you wish to contain in the group. Alternatively, holding the Control key, you'll be able to toggle selected bins on and off. To group these up, right click, Make Group. And we've achieved the same result. Let's import some more media. I'm going to make a new bin. I'm going to call this Skiing. To import directly to the bin, you can simply right click, choose Import, a couple of ski shots here, choose import, and they go directly to the bin. I can also drag and drop directly to a bin. Make a new bin, rename it New Zealand, open up my file browser, using Shift select all of those shots and drag and drop directly to the Lightworks bin panel. If you want to clear a selection, you can right click and choose Selection, Clear. I'm going to group up these next bins by control clicking them, right click, make a group, which I'm going to call Travel. You can move the media between bins by freely dragging and dropping. Pick up the mountain shot into skiing, or you can duplicate a clip between bins by holding Control, click and drag. You'll see the mouse head says copy. Now the flower shot resides in both bins. Now the bins are populated, let's have a look what happens if I choose to destroy bin 1. Right click, delete selected bins. You'll be prompted if you want to delete just the bin and the shot references, or all the media files that reside inside that. I like to keep all my shots, but just destroy the bin. If you wish to move your bins to another project, or copy them to another project, you can right click and choose Copy to or Move to Project. When you perform these commands, the destination project will alert you that some bins have been transferred or copied when you next launch it. Your bins list can also be sorted. If you right click and choose Sort, you can sort by the creation date, the name, or the bin type. There's also a way of generating bins based on the results by comparing the media that's contained within them. For example, if I want to make a master bin of all my travel shots, selecting both of these, right click and choose Make a bin of the union of these two. Selecting that gives me a bin, brackets union, all my New Zealand shots and all my skiing shots. I could also take two bins and compare what's similar about them, the intersection. So comparing bin 2 of the drama with the master drama. If I right click, choose Make Intersection, or what shots are contained in both bins, we'll get another result. I could also take bin 2 and, holding Control again, the master, right click, Make Bin of Differences. What shots are different in this comparison? And we get bin results, indicating that in the list. In the bin area here, you can view the media in two different views. We're looking at List View, where I can see different columns of metadata. We can also switch to a Tiles view. In Tiles view, the media can be scrubbed, marked and played in the bin. Going back to List View, if you wish to add additional data, some of the columns are editable. For example, the Scene column. Scene 1. Scene 2. Scene 3. To manage what columns are displayed, go to the Bin Settings menu, choose View Commands, Columns, and Customize. Here, I can rearrange and set to display specific columns. You can save these as your custom view and then load from that list when you return. When I press Use, I can set them as default or not. Hit Use. Now you'll notice as we've been working, these browser arrows at the top have come alive. These show us our previous and next viewed bins, much like working with a web browser. When you perform an import, if you want a new content manager to open, you need to change the setting that's available on the right click on the bin button in the tools box. It's called Reuse Bin Browsers. If I set this to No and perform another import, a second content manager opens. This could be useful if you wanted to transfer shots in between two panels. You can open a secondary content manager manually by right-clicking again on the bin tool, make new content manager. That'll achieve the same result. Your thumbnail sizes are also contained in the content manager setting menu. Thumb size. The same applies to the tiles view. Tile size. For users familiar with historical ways of working with bins and groups, or racks as they were called, it's possible to work this way still. From your bins list, you can drag bins to the Lightworks desktop. Here, I can open the bins and vanish them in ways that was previously possible. If I want to see a rack, now named as a group, I can drag the group to the desktop to make a group shortcut, and I'll be able to see all the bins that contained within it. If you pop one of those open, you'll get tabs across the top to show your media. You can manage the groups this way by now dragging from the bins into the group shortcut or rack, and when you release, the bins list will be updated. Do remember, it's possible to put groups inside groups. I'm going to make a new empty group. Call this master. I'm going to drag the travel group and group 1 so the master group contains these additional subgroups. And again, we're free to take bins that are floating outside these groups and drag and drop and target where we want them to go. You can export your shots and work directly from the content manager. Simply right click, choose export and select a target. My bin called intersection can be exported directly to YouTube shot by shot. We hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching.